is Louise. Welcome to the Nanny, where we partner with parents in raising godly children and children with good morals. So, as I've mentioned in my previous episodes, this season is basically about the nanny from the time when you think of hiring one up to the time when she's done with her job and she's to leave. So, in my previous episode, I spoke about how you introduce the nanny to the children. And remember, we are raising our children to grow independent of the nanny. And this is by teaching them how to work early enough, teaching them how to be responsible early enough, such that when they grow up, their life will be much simpler. So in one of my episodes ahead, I'll be talking about how child upbringing affects the growth and the development of a country. For example, if I may give an example, if we teach our children how to be responsible early enough, when they grow up, when challenges come, like they always do, they will know how to maneuver through those challenges than to sink in with the mentality of government to yambi. All right, now let me get back to what I was talking about. So at this point, the nanny is in the home. You've introduced the nanny to the children. And now the next thing that you do is to teach her your standards, the standards of the home, and let her see them. And this you need to ensure that by the time she comes, she should see the standard of your home. She should see how the children's beds are to be laid, where the shoes are to be kept, how clean they should be, how organized the clothes are, and where they should be kept, the wardrobes, all those things you should be able to see. And you need to tell her about the meals as well, how you prepare the meals, because one thing I realized is that meals are prepared differently in different homes and also served at different times. So you need to show her, you need to teach her how you make that porridge, how you make your kind of tea, yeah. So make sure you set a standard. If you do not set a standard, she will set her own standard, and it may not be appealing to you. You understand? I'll give you an example. There is where I nannied, and I wanted us to have different meals, things to eat for breakfast on different days. So, for example, if we have bread in the morning today, then the next day we would do mandazi. We learned how to make mandazi. Then the other day we'll do chapati. We'll keep alternating. So this job I had gotten abruptly. The parents in the home were going to be away for quite some time. So they needed someone to stay behind and look after their children. So when the madam came back, I think after 2 weeks or 3, the kids told her that I don't give them bread every day. Now, I didn't know that was the standard of the home. But when she told me, I had to ensure that much as we may have these other snacks, but bread had to be on the menu every day. Yeah. So show your nannies, and the standard, and teach them how to keep that standard. Then the other thing is show them, let them know the limits, the limits where they need to stop. Now, in my previous episode, I spoke about the limits to do with, the characters of the children, but now this is to do the physical places. For example, you can tell her, here we don't watch TV during the week, we watch TV over the weekend. Or when we sit to watch TV, we only watch, the kids only watch these stations, Things like you do not come to the master's bedroom, or, tell her what is off limits. Things to do with the children's snacks, we buy yogurt for the children and it's strictly for maybe break or what, things like that, and let her know that, okay, even if you like these eats, please do not touch these things, they are for the children. And if I told you as the madam or the sir in the home, you realize that, okay, the nanny maybe likes some of the yogurt for the children, you can put it upon yourself. Once in a while, buy for her, buy her some yogurt or whatever. You understand? Because it is very difficult for someone to prepare a meal for your children and yet they like the meal, but they're not even supposed to touch the meal or, have a bit of it. That is kind of inhumane. So once in a while, let them buy for them those snacks that they love. It is more like a motivation. You understand? Otherwise, if you are extremely so tough on them, when you're away, they will do exactly what you've told them not to do. You understand? They are human beings. I'll give you my own example. I remember I was nannying a very young baby that was, I think, the baby was 3 months, 3.5 months. Yeah, up to about 8 months. And they used to give the child Cerelac. Now, I, for one, I love Cerelac. But I knew I am not supposed to eat the baby's food. So in my dealings with the madam, I mentioned that, by the way, I love Cerelac. And the funny thing is that even her, she loved Cerelac. So one day we went shopping and we bought 2 tins of Cerelac. One was for the baby and the other was for me and her. You know. Now, where would I eat the baby's Cerelac? If there is a tin of Cerelac there for me, And even if our tin got finished, that was a motivation enough for me not to touch the baby's Cerelac. So you, as the madam or the sir in the home, consider them as well. And if you're a nanny and you're watching this video, do not take it for granted that you're supposed to eat the baby's food. No, that is not right. If they happen to buy you maybe some gorillas as a snack as they buy for the children, appreciate. But if they don't buy you something, it doesn't matter. You've come to work. I believe they give you breakfast. I believe there is lunch. I believe there is supper. Have that and appreciate and be happy. You understand? If they buy you something, thank God. If they don't, it is okay. Be faithful, be loyal, do what is right. If you do what is wrong, within a short while, your contract will be terminated. I'll give you an example. I remember I went to visit a friend for a weekend, and she had her baby. She had 2 children, very young children. So we were going out to town, and as we were going out, she really had this feeling that something wrong was happening. And mothers have a sixth sense. It's something that God has given them. They kind of know when something wrong is happening to their children. So we decided to come back. She had driven up to somewhere. So we decided to come back. So when we came back, we found the baby was crying and the maid was seated in the kitchen drinking the baby's yogurt. You can imagine. And let me tell you something, she didn't last long in that home. That is not right. So do what is expected of you. Leave that kids' things alone. If they give you, well and good. If they don't, it is okay. It is okay. In any case, most of the kids' things are not even healthy. Yeah. So this is where I'm going to stop for today. Teach the employers, teach the nannies your standards. And you who are nannies, learn the standards and be excellent at what you have been hired to do. All right, that's it for now. The next episode, I'll teach you something different. All right, bye-bye.